Afternoon, everybody. God, forgot to push a button then. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? Whew. Bit later today. Apologies for that. For those that came on at 2 o'clock and thought, where is he? I was out helping Mrs. Cruncher. Doing the car. Bit of a car cleaning session today. So, all done. Mrs. Cruncher's shot on out with the doggies for a walk now. So, time for a live stream. And what have we chosen? If everybody's wondering what the hell's going on, there's a link. I've pinned it on top of the chat, which I don't know where it is. It might be that side or that side. I don't know. It's that side on my screen. It's probably that side on your screen. Like, but yeah, you just go to my community tab and hit the vote. And then we'll decide what radio. It's very, very close. Really close. Oh, dear. So I did say that I was going to be having a bit of a moderator clear out. And some of the ones that don't appear anymore are going to lose their moderator status. And I'm going to add some more in. Some of my regulars that are always in here. And they stay for the duration of the chat. And I don't have to tell them off. If I don't have to tell you off and you stay for the duration, then, you know, that's what I need. I need people to help me because I can't always see what goes on, can I? I don't miss a lot, though, to be fair. So, yeah, we've got a couple new ones in there. But as I say, there's just not that many moderators coming on at the moment for some reason. We've got a few, but, you know, we need to keep you all in order, don't we? Right, who we got then? I don't know what's happened to the chat. I can't remember. I think Aaron may well have been in first. I think Aaron may have been in, but I'm not sure because I jumped in. Chris is in. He wants a Sony because it's his Sony. It's a little bit biased there, but you know. I like the Sonys. I like messing about with them. Joe Fennick, he's off for a bike ride but voted for the 7600. Sonys are always fun. They are. And if you leave them too long, they can get ruined. So, you know, if you've got one of these Sonys with the SMD caps in them, get them done because they're going to be ruined. You know, I suppose you can repair them, but the problem is that muck that comes out of the capacitors, the electrolyte, just gets into everything, and you know it starts getting so hard to find where it's gone wrong, what it's got into, has it done a via, has it got into a coil. It takes so long, it's just not economical to fix them. So get them done before they play up. So if you've got one that's working, then get the caps done. I know it sounds silly, but it's future-proofing for sure. And that's the SW77, the 7600, the SW1. I'm trying to think of more that got these caps in them. Some of the Sony Walkmans have got them. You know, there's a lot from that era that have got caps that are leaking now. Even the Commodore Amiga 600s and 1200s, they've got them. They're leaking. So if you've got a Commodore Amiga, get them done because they're going to leak and wreck your board. Anyway, that's just my rant over. Who else is in? We got Multi in. I'm Multi. 50-50. Yeah, well, I looked just now. It's 49-51. But not everybody's voted yet. So we'll have a look at the voting page in a minute and I'll put yet another link in. But the link to vote is right at the very top of the screen on the chat screen. So click on that, pop in, place your vote, and we'll see where we go. But it's good of you to pop in and vote, to be fair, so thank you. Aaron's been playing Oblivion. We got Bob's in. Hi, Bob. Bob the mod. Bob. Mod. Afternoon, Derek. Rolf's in. Hi, Rolf. So yeah, Bob had a link, so you can now post the link, Bob. And I'm sure someone said they upgraded their membership, so thank you, whoever that was. But I think your comment's gone off the screen. Was it Aaron that upgraded? I can't remember. Somebody upgraded to Herald, so thank you very much for upgrading your membership. Ah, there we go. Now we got a full link from Bob now. Look, excellent. Well done, Bob. And we got Tim. How you doing, Tim? An unsuspecting mod, but Tim does stay in for a long time. He stays the duration. He's always in one of the first few in, so you know. We might add some more as the day goes on. You never know. You never know when a spanner's going to hit you, do you? Who else have we got? I think I've said hello to Tim. Hello to Joe. I'm running out of breath now. And no finger to go in today. Mrs. Cruncher forgot to get me some yesterday. So all I've got is alcohol free, which I'm going to have to go and get because I'm getting a bit thirsty. Danish, how you doing, mate? Got some things to do. Try to behave to stay in my good graces. You're always in the good graces, Paul. Mike Cass is in. Afternoon, Mike. Rob Titheridge is in. Hi, Rob. Dave Rhodes. How you doing, Dave? He did a 4-hour TV resto, did he, Rolf? Brilliant. Excellent. Yeah. They take some watching, don't they? I mean, I follow a couple car channels that I really like, and they both post long videos, and I like to see the whole process, you know. I don't like seeing big bits cut out. I mean, a bit of speeding up don't hurt, but I like to see everything they're doing, you know. So that's with the live streams. Obviously, we're live. We can't cut nothing out, can we? All my cock-ups you see live. Benji's in, getting a brew. Takes time for it to come up on the TV. Nerdine Mazzari, bonjour. Bonjour to you as well. I can't understand the language completely. Is there a translate button on this? No, there's not. You're saying hello. You've got a Texan PO660 for you, or for me to repair. I think that means I can't. My French is very bad, so apologies for that. Yay! There's Chris, all the gear, no idea. How you doing, mate? Not seen or heard from you for ages. You're leaking. Simon, welcome, Simon. H. Neil from Poland, welcome. Secret Engineer Rich, how you doing, mate? Okay, thanks for that, Rich. My Texan PO660 is broken. Can you repair it for me? I sort of got that, didn't I, in a roundabout way, but cheers for that, Rich. You're over on the... Oh, it was silly, Derek. Another holiday. Oh, it's you, Aaron. Thanks very much, mate. I thought it was. How's the back? No, it's actually not better. Well, I say it's not better. I've had some real rough days this week where I've struggled to get out of bed because it's been so painful. But on Saturday morning, it eased off. It's eased off a little bit. So I'm fingers crossed, touch wood. Hopefully, within a sort of a week or so, I'll be back to sort of normal-ish. Because it tends to sort of take a little while to get back to sort of normal. But sitting around and doing nothing doesn't help it. You've got to move about. I've certainly learnt that, and this belt that I've got, this back brace thing, seems to be helping as well. So it's all good. But yeah, thanks, Aaron. Just taking a break from radio and doing more car stuff. Well, there you are. I'm sort of watching a lot of car channels at the moment, Chris, as well. And you still got the truck, I hope. You're still trying to get to the stuff I can send you for the Duff transistor you sent me. Don't worry, Benji. You don't need to send me anything, mate. I take it that did the job, did it? I hope it did the job anyway. So shall we have a look at the voting before I go and get myself an alcohol-free beer? So where are we? Screen cap, fade. Here we go. So this is my community tab on YouTube. You can see the link there. I'll copy and paste it again, just in case anybody's just joined and they haven't voted yet. But it is at the top of the screen. It is on the top of the screen. So what you need to go to is ignore this one, because this is the link you want here. And at the moment it says 49 and 51. So let's just refresh that. I can't believe they're so close, to be fair. I thought all of my followers would be a hacker mad and would be going for the hacker. Ooh. And the hacker has jumped ahead. It's galloped ahead. 42% now for the Sony, 58% for the hacker. So if you haven't voted, get on and vote, because you've got to be in it to win it. So we're still going. I'll leave it for a bit yet. We'll have a look at the two. Can we have a look at the two culprits? I think one's still in pieces, isn't it? The two contenders, shall we say. Yeah, 42 and 58%, look. So we'll leave that page up. And I'll get the contenders. Yeah, thanks for popping in, Chris. Always good to see you, mate. You'll have to get us some more footage out of the Chevy. Videos on the paranormal. Yeah, I don't mind watching stuff like that, Aaron, but some of it's... I don't know whether it's fake. It's I don't know. I tell you something that did intrigue me was... what do they call these radios that play this weird sort of white noise? Is it ghost radios, or I don't know, but I mean, if you search for it on YouTube, on eBay, these ghost radios that people convert, I don't know what they do to them, but they convert them, and apparently they can hear voices from the other side and all sorts of stuff on it. I'd like to have a go at making something like that. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Glad it worked, Benji. The votes are close, yeah, please vote. Sunny, overcast. It was overcast here. We've had a little bit of sunshine, but not a lot. Tom and Susie, how you doing, mate? That's brilliant news about Susie anyway. So get well soon, Susie. Sounds like they've got you sorted at long last. You'd like to see me try and make one? Yeah, I'll see if I can find one a minute. Well, we're still waiting for the voters. Let's have a quick look just to see what the voting page is doing. Are we on? I don't know if I push the right button there. Yeah, we are. There we are. Let's just have a look, see how we're doing. Let's just refresh that again. It's gone up to 60% for the Marine Herald. You notice the word start. Start the Marine Herald. So if you remember when we looked at the Sony, we pulled a load of normal radio electrolytics that someone had put in place of the SMD ones and made a right pig's ear of it. So that was that's why we were continuing with that one, because I did do one cap and I pulled off all the dodgy ones. But yeah, the Marine Herald, this is a project for sure. It's full of AF115s and 117s, so very unlikely to work, and it's been really badly recovered. In fact, I'm just going to try and see if I can find the recovery material that I put aside for it. But I'm assuming because it's a Herald that other Heralds of the same era, the cases are identical, so I can rob bits off of it. So let's have another refresh. Ooh, it's dropped back a fraction and the Sony's jumped up a little bit. You can change your mind, apparently. You can change your mind, as everybody did last week when we did the R200? Yeah. Right, let's find this ghost radio that I'm going banging on about. I wonder if there is any on eBay, or do they call it a ghost radio? Is that what they call it? Spirit radio, that's it. It's a spirit radio. Is it spirit radio? No. Spirit radio. What do they call it? Let me go on eBay and see if I can find one. Spirit radio. Oh, Ghost Box. Hang on, it's Ghost Box it's called. It's a Ghost Box. Yes, a Ghost Box. That's what it's called. Not Spirit Radio, a Ghost Box. Here we go. Ghost Box. Paranormal Music Box. PIR triggered ghost hunting. Motion censored music box. Ghost Box. But some of these things are hacked radio. Look, Ghost Spirit Box. But I've seen some quite here we go. A mechanical haunted music box, motion activated. Hacked radio spirit box. Here we go. Here's one. Spooky's Ghost Box. Look, made from a Lloydtron. Dear, oh dear. I wouldn't be that convinced that a Lloydtron's gonna perform brilliantly, but you know, it's got sweep controls. Sweep on or push to speak. Spooky's Ghost Box. You know, like, surely. What's the write-up on it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Hacked radio. Convert to scan frequencies using a sweep system. Will not sell any radio that does not get any replies. So they're all tested before he sells them, and he won't sell any that doesn't get replies. Crazy. 100% positive feedback. Not for Clark's girls' shoes though. Whew. What? Someone's bought one. Look, 90 quid. Can't beat a good ghost box. A Pro Spirit box. A Pro. I mean, this looks proper, doesn't it? This looks proper. A research instrument. Crazy. What is this? Who knows about these things? Come on, somebody must know about. There's lots of those. But I've seen some like normal ones with lots of weird stuff bolted onto them. Have we got one of those, like an old retro radio? Yeah. Well, we need to find out how to build one, don't we? What do we need? How does it sweep? Is it just a scanning radio? I don't know. Ghost box. Oh dear. Let's catch up with the chat. We need to build a radio that runs through the frequencies. Well, you're going to hear the. It's going to stop if it's a scanner. It'll run through the frequencies and stop on stuff, won't it? Afternoon, Jess. How you doing, mate? Matt Vision, how you doing? Voices from the other side. Mike Cass, thanks for the tip, Mike. I must get like a horn button or something set up. I must do. New Spirit box, sweet box. Secret engineers. Yeah, Rich would know this. Ghost radio stuff is rubbish. Like hidden messages in records played backwards. You think it's one where they disable the tuning setup so it just picks up random stuff. Chris says the same. Detune any old radio so it picks up multiple stations. Total rubbish. You've just got to convert your Lloydtrons and your steeple tones to ghost boxes and they'll sound no problem. Afternoon, Ben, how are you? So, radio electronics, this is Thomas, had an article about communications with the dead in the 1970s. Also, look up Raudive voices. They're used for the detection of idiots. Is it the idiot's the one twiddling the knob, I think, Chris, isn't it? It's a good fun though, isn't it? Spirit box. Excellent. Hi, Sandra. Wasn't there a movie about that? I don't know. There was a very good film called Frequency. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but a lot of the amateur radio enthusiasts probably have. That was a good film, actually, where he was tuning into someone from the past. That was a good film. So that's one to stick on your watch list. Frequency, I think it was called. A box of bourbon, yeah. I've got lots of spirit boxes here, but they're all empty. Oh dear. Afternoon, Les. How are you, mate? Have you got a spirit box, Les? A ghost box? I bet Les could make one as well. You'd be the ghost box maker, I think. Just sweep through the frequencies. Where's the proof they don't work? Wow, this is it, isn't it? I mean, people claim to have heard stuff of it. Morning, Bill. Bill, you must have built a ghost box, surely. Joe remembers frequency. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. There was a police dispatcher who received a call from an abandoned factory, but the landline was disconnected. Wow. You just never know. We don't know these things, really, do we? Well, I'm a little bit low. I think my chair's dropped down again. Hang on. Yes, it has. There, I'm up again. I thought I was looking a bit low in the camera. I need a new gas strut on the chair. You hear voices all the time. You don't see dead people as well, do you, Rich? What was that film again? I See Dead People. With Bob. What was he called? I was going to say Bob Willis, but he was a bowler, wasn't he? What was that film called? I See Dead People. As that young lad could see dead people all the time. Sixth Sense, that's it. Well done, welcome, Paul. Mr. Cody's. It is nearly time for Christmas shows, isn't it? Christ, 15th of September already. Sixth Sense. Yeah, that was a good film as well. Get Penguin will be out again, yeah. I've got a splinter in my hand that's been there for quite some time now. I ought to get that out, really. A shard of metal, I think, rusting away in my finger. It does. What? Let's see a kid wandering around, lipstick in hand, muttering red rum, red rum. I dread to think what that means, Bill. I probably don't want to know. I don't want to know. Static scanning the hairband, yeah. That you want to set it scanning long wave. That's the best bit, isn't it? They ain't gonna get nothing on that. It might get the odd Radio 4, but if you detune it enough, just get it scanning long wave. It'll never stop on Radio 4 if you fiddle with it enough. The Shining, now that's a long time ago. That's going back a few years, Bill. I did see it back in the day, but that was back in was that the 70s, early 80s? Martin, how you doing, mate? Good to see you back in. How are we doing on this? How are we doing? Has everybody had a vote yet? Have you all voted? Because we haven't got a ghost box to fix or a spirit radio. We've got oh dear, we've got one of these to work on today. So at the moment, we've got the Marine Herald sat at 58%, and the Sony has dropped back to 42. They were virtually level just now. Let's have another go. I think we've got to make a decision pretty soon on this, unless they're like leg and leg. Nah, it's gonna be the Herald, isn't it? So let's do the Marine Herald. Sadly, the Sony will have to wait for another day, Chris. We got 50 votes, so that's a pretty good showing, isn't it? I don't know how many we had on the last one. That was members only video out this week. 2001 D repair. And sneak peek. We had 73 votes on the other ones. Look, where's everyone gone? Only 50 on this one. Wow. Perhaps there's still some people waiting to vote. Let's push it again. No, still at 60. Let's do the Marine Herald then. Let's call it a day on the Marine Herald. Let's call it a day on the Marine Herald. We'll be here forever waiting us. So let's get the poor thing up. Let's get the poor thing up on the bench. Ah. There he is. All rattly and poorly everything really, poorly recovered. I've got an add-on. I mean, it's a rare radio. You don't see many of these. Marine Herald. I mean, this is the only one I've got. This is the only one in my collection. And I've only ever had one more here for restoration. You saw that one. That one came out absolutely amazing. Be nice if this one does. This has got a knob missing. I pinched this one off of another radio for now. But will it work? So if you've only just seen this radio, then it's a bit unique in that it's got, I think, didn't they call it the trawler band? So it's basically got 1.5 megahertz to 4.2 megahertz, or 200 meters to 80 meters. So there's some amateur radio in there. There's the 80 meter bands in there and top bands in there, but obviously you can't hear it because it's SSB normally. And then it's got medium wave and long wave on it. So it is an unusual radio. I don't know how many they sold. I wouldn't have thought they'd sold many of them. Surely it must have been aimed at people that were taking them in boats, would you think? Well, people that had family at sea, maybe? I don't know, but yeah, an unusual radio. They didn't make it waterproof though, did they? Let's just zoom out a little bit. I'll just catch up with the chat. Frequency is behind a £3.49 paywall. Oh, that's a shame, Ben. You might have it on Laserdisc, Benji. Whoa. Yeah, sorry about that, Chris. The TRF radios I used to make as a kid made good ghost box, especially with super regen feedback. Look at all radios in the area. It's like a radio but cheaper. What's that? What's that, Paul? Yes, it is the Dennis Quaid one, Aaron. I mean, remember that Volve radio kit radio? That's a regen. That's hellish hard to tune. Very good, Sandra. It took me a little while to twig that, but very clever. Anyway, this thing is rammed full of nasty things. It's got botched in AF117s where they pulled the ferrules out and chucked. Well, it looks like they've soldered. I don't know what they've done, but someone's been in this. I mean, they might have fixed it. They might have fixed it. It's unlikely. We've got a white hingelet that someone has very, very carefully painted white. Unless maybe the Marine Herald did have a white hinge for extra what should we call it? Corrosion proofing. Maybe it did. Maybe this is genuine, but I'm sure the other one I had didn't have a white one, and that was mint. Yeah, so it looks like it did take. It looks like it did once upon a time take PP9s, but you know, it's got a power socket on the side here. No connectors for a battery. Now they wired it. They wired it center pin positive. It looks like a stereo plug. It's got 3 terminals on it. Yeah, I don't think that's factory. I don't think that's factory. I mean, I think maybe that is factory. It certainly looks like it's been taken off of another radio, maybe. That doesn't quite fit properly, that centerpiece, but I have seen these particular sockets on older Hackers. I thought that was a dealer upgrade, but they have got like a stereo switch in there. If I can get you down closer to have a look. So there's the switch, look, with 3 terminals. You know, we've got the thingy with a can missing. God knows what's happened with the can on it. I don't recollect that being the same for the Marine Herald I did before. I'll look up the pictures in a minute just to see what the inside of that one was like. This, it's nasty. It's got all sticky stuff all over it. Yeah, whatever glue they've used, I think they've used Prit, the non-sticky sticky stuff, because that trim is just, we can see where the trim has been sticking to this edge. So whatever glue they've used has melted the plastic surround, I think. You know, this plastic is in a really, it's not I mean, yeah, they've not really glued it down properly. I mean, oh, the whatever glue it is they've used, it's not contact adhesive. I don't know what it is. They've not done a very good job on that, have they? It's I think it's car upholstery vinyl that they've used. It's not some. Is it going to focus? Focus? No. Do you like the white grill? The white grill that's not really fixed. It's blowing in the wind. So yeah, this is unfortunately a very rare radio that someone has thought they would ever go at fixing. Perhaps they didn't realise how rare it was. But we can fix it, can't we? We can fix it. Let's take this back door off because all this sticky stuff's getting all over my hands here. Let's get this off first. I've got to get this off out of the way. It's just sticking to me. I've got my metal thing there that I think it was Ben and Sandra sent me for putting screws in, but the problem is with those things is they always end up full of screws for something important. You can't take them out to put more in. Or even the... Ugh. That's not nice, is it? Oh well. You see what I mean about the grill? They've even painted that one as well by the looks of it. I wonder why it was so white. It's like brilliant white. You know, I've repainted them before, but I used like an antique white colour. This is like bright white. I mean, I can save that. I might be repainting it a different colour though. But yeah, that's just... What have they done there? It looks like they've tried melting a wire into it. But they've stuck the wire into the vinyl, not through the wood. Anyway, that's some trash, really. Alright, so let's see if we can work out what how they've wired this socket up, because it looks like we're going to have to join to this, or should I just connect onto those? And we got in that's CB radio. Can I join to it with these? Who thinks this is going to work then? Anybody feeling lucky? I don't know if this is... I will have to dig out the... I will have to dig out the pictures of the other one. I think I'm going to take that off because I'm not going to be able to do that without shorting those wires out, you know. Let's catch up with the chat at the moment then. But cheap, a real radio brand, but cheaper. I don't think so, Paul. I did like the R200 last week, though. That was a nice radio, but yeah. Harvey, how you doing, mate? Titanic was your last ever Laserdisc. They were quite expensive back in the day, though, Benji, weren't they? Laserdiscs from memory. By not putting anything in it. Do you want me to go and get a R250 to compare, Paul? And then we'll see. There's an X scratched onto the circuit board. Right. Maybe that means that that can is knackered then, perhaps. I didn't notice that. Well spotted, Bob. God knows what that means. Yeah, the shield's definitely gone from the can. Yeah, so basically with a VPN, virtual private network, you can change your location. So if a film is only available in the States, for example, you can change your location to the States and then watch that film, and vice versa. You know. Now, listen, the Marine band I used to use here in Ilfracombe radio split with radio telephone calls. Land's End Coast Guard on 2182 was frequency very busy at night. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Chat's jumping. Paint the grills silver. No. I think they were white originally, but they were like an off-white colour. You might find a ghost, Bob. You might do. Christoph, how you doing, mate? Probably won't work. Tim Whiskers. Aaron's giving it a thumbs down. Oh dear. Need a seance to get it working. We could have a seance. If we all hold hands a minute and hum, we might get it to go. Oh dear. Make a shield from a beer can. I got plenty of those. Anyway, let's pop the positive off, because that's the one that I'm going to short out because it's so tight in here. I must admit, it doesn't really look like batteries have ever been sat in it. So maybe it was a mod that was done in the factory, I don't know. You know, it doesn't look like anything's ever been sat in there. There's no battery labels on it either. You know, normally you've got a battery label stuck in one side. It doesn't look like the remnants of a label are in there. Maybe, possibly. Don't know, I can't see, it's too dusty. Let's give it a brush out. Yeah, maybe there was a label stuck in there at some stage. There's lots of nastiness coming out of this. Lots of flaky white paint off of that marine proofed hinge. Right, okay, so we've got a positive. Let's get 18 volts up here. I assume it's 18 volt radio. What was the other radio? The Helmsman, wasn't it? Was the other one. Let's just tighten this grub screw up on here a minute. positive. Negative is going to be everywhere, but we're going to go with it there. Right, here we go then. Will she or won't she? Was that the sound of AF117's dying? He's drawing... He's gone into current overload, really. Yeah, he's drawing... Whoa, he's drawing way too much. This has got a short on it somewhere. He's gone into current overload. This has got a short on it somewhere. It says it's negative earth. Where is the short then? Is it on the amplifier? No, the thing is the power to the board. Oh, it might, there's some power goes off. Let's pull the plug on the amp. Try it again. Problem is the power goes from the amplifier into the radio, so somewhere here we'll have an amp that we can try. I don't think I've got a refurbed one of these, but one of the other amps will work. That one taken out. Let me see if I can find an amp that works. I must do myself a test amp for one of these. That's a test amp for a Sovereign 3, I think, but that should work. An RP30, but I think that one's knackered. This one will at least give us an indication of whether we've got a short on the radio or the amp. Just need something to rest that on so it doesn't short out. Right, try again. Okay. Yeah, the short is on the amp then. Oh, we've got some noise. I don't believe it. We have got very weak audio. Only drawing 30 milliamps. So one of these is holding it back a bit. Which one is it? That one. That's certainly holding it back. It's that one, I think.
The SAS needed to understand in the interior, so they built a replica. Yellow cars, so long as your life was threatened.
By Ben McIntyre.
Whoa!
Wind.
It's medium wave that's... How can long wave work and medium wave and short wave not?
Before that, Whitney's history tells us they've been eventually obsolete. That's up to the news.
Okay, so we know we've got... It might not be a short, it might just be some thermal runaway on the other board. But we've got an issue on medium wave and short wave. It's unusual, medium wave and short wave. I mean, we've got other AF transistors there. I think what we'll do is we'll get it out of the case. We get it out of the case, we can whack the transistors harder with it out of the case. Oh dear. So at least we know that the amplifier is causing the short and not any botch up work on that board, which I thought it would be, to be fair. Let's get my test amp out of the way. Let's get this thing out of the case. Well, I don't think I need to bother about pushing that down because that's locked in. It's a ghost radio. With good time. Right, just taking these screws out underneath the handle. Cool, that was in tough all the way. Gonna have to unsolder that other wire as well, otherwise we're gonna be... No, we won't. It should come out. Okay. Ignore that. It will come out. Yeah, it could be dirty switch contacts. But then you think, would it have been just left on radio 4 for all of its life? Could be. You don't really get dirty switch contacts too much on this type of switch. It's an older type. It's quite an open switch, if you know what I mean. 2 screws down in the bottom corners. One there. One there. One with a washer, one without. Let's grab them out a minute. should, with a bit of persuasion, come out of its case. Come on. I do make them a bit tight. Right. And that's and that gives us access to the transistors that live up here now. So we can whack those or lift the shields off of them. Because I'm sure one of those does shortwave, but I thought the sort of long wave and medium wave went through here. In fact, it all goes through here. For some reason, we seem to be very, very quiet, unless it's someone's twiddly the cans on it. Someone might have had a go. There's been some nastiness done underneath here. There's something missing from there. Oh, of course, that's the can cover. I don't know why we've got an X by that. Tim spotted that. We've got an X written beside this one. Let's connect it back up. Let's use this test amp again. This is the wrong impedance really, so it's not the best idea, but it'll do enough for us to test it. Let's get a couple jumper leads for now. So we can whack the transistors a bit harder, this is. Just that other wire as well. Doesn't look like factory soldering, to be fair. Right, hot wired, ready for whacking. Let's see if it works now. Let's catch up with chat a minute. No, it's definitely negative earth, Les. Yeah, those flares are very nice. A top Don is on my list of things that I would like. I think the unit ones or Uni T ones are very good. Right, firing the hold again then. Where are we? We're in the off position. We can get at switches and everything now. Let's pop it back on. Ow. Cool.
Here, carved on this massive boulder, is the record of his greatest
Right.
achievement. Buried in the Cap of Yelling in the west of Denmark.
So we know we've got a scratchy volume pot. Let's sort that out a minute. Give that a bit of a workout. They do wear out on these though, so we might need to no, that one seems okay.
Now you may
Right.
be wondering,
Medium
why
wave.
this developed.
Quiet as a mouse. I mean, could it be that one of these transistors is allowing long wave through and not medium wave? Is it one of these? One of these at the top. Let's give these a whack. No. I mean, at full whack, I can. End of the day, if the IF was down, the IF would be down on all of it, not just medium wave. So maybe.
Pope just away from his near post, and the ball reaches the feet of Joao Gomez, 40 yards out in the inside left channel.
And maybe.
For policy and society. But it is also a contentious debate, and that's because it's an important topic.
Joao Gomez on the left.
I think it's come to life.
Dawson's pass across the halfway line to Andres. Very
Shortwave.
that ball in.
Now, shortwave, I think, uses these. That one sounds iffy. Yeah, that one's iffy. Let's disconnect the shield off of this one. And see if that makes any difference. So let's see if we can find which one's a shield. Shield is a second one, which is this one here. Let's pull the shield out, see if that makes a difference. Come on. Thank you. That's a shield out. Let's just make sure that we got no, that's not touching other wires, which it is at the moment. Let's pull them out the way. Just separate the base and emitter because they're touching now. Right, let's see if that's resurrected a bit of medium wave, shortwave action. Doesn't appear to have. Can't really tell unless we get a decent aerial up it, but I mean the volume's up. No, a bit of an issue there. What happened there? Yeah, if we turn it up too high, it's it doesn't like this amplifier. Okay. Let's give the switch bank a squirt as well. That's the other thing we haven't done, because it could be that as well. If I can get in there. Cool. Holy switch bank. They've put holes in the chassis to spray it into, actually. Right. Now it might just be quite because we have no aerial, so let's stick an aerial up it and see what happens. If we can get it down without everything collapsing. There's an external aerial hole, yes there is. It's there. Right, see if we can hook this up. I must get myself some more clip leads. These are starting to get really knackered now. That's one. Oh, not too bad. Oh, it's a new one, that's why. Oh, like that, didn't it? Oh, it's getting a bit livelier. Ugh. That must work for all bands then, because
Yeah, they did. And you know, I was critical of Mosquero.
maybe not.
Just sitting there. Tornado had a battle with Gordon, but you're going to have a battle with Gordon because Gordon's a good winger. And now Norrie's done well against Murphy as well because he didn't defend well against Chelsea. So the shape looks good. And the three midfielders in front of them have been good.
It does work
There
for
was
all.
quite a long lingering look on the television just before half-time of Sandro Tonali and Harvey Barnes.
Long wave.
Action, whether that's in a protest backdrop or not, if that's the only bit that they see,
Oh,
that the fairness
overload.
and the legitimacy of what the police
Squeal
are
like a
doing,
big boy.
it's never going to be fully understood. I think it changes the way that some officers communicate with members of the public. When there's a microphone and there's a camera in your face, and it definitely makes them, I think, cram up sometimes if they're less confident or they're less au fait with some of the frameworks that we're using.
Chief Constable Chris Noble. I am the Staffordshire Chief Constable, and before that I spent 21 years policing Northern Ireland, in particular Belfast, around public order, public safety and counter-terrorism. People can claim that actually someone had put up a banner with particularly offensive comments
Squeal,
on it.
boy,
That banner
squeal.
was displayed 12 months ago. I think it happens pretty regularly in social media.
So you still have nothing on shortwave. You should be hearing hiss now with an external aerial connected. It should be hissing away like a good one, but it's not. No, still no shortwave. We're going to have to go with our second friend in here. Unless I've disconnected the wrong wire. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, would it? Let's have a look. Yeah, I definitely disconnected the shield. So where's the other? This one's horrible to get to. You got to take the top panel off to get the board out on this. To get to the shield wire. No, where is it? Where are you, Mr. Shield Wire? There's not any. Is that ground there? Okay, this goes there. There's no obvious ground point. That's that one there, I reckon. I reckon it's that one there. There. Let's turn the desoldering tool on because we're going to need that in a minute anyway. But see if we can do some suckering. Some solder suckering. I think it's that one. Not 100% sure, but I could check with a multimeter, I suppose, couldn't I? Could stick it on continuity and it won't measure continuity, so my leads are knackered. Come on, please measure continuity. Right, so let's have a look. So we know that's ground there. So I think it's that one. No. I think it is though. That's 11 ohms. 253. That's probably the other one there. 13 though. Trouble is they're all shorted to hell, I think. So it looks like someone's had a go at the amp board, but they've not tackled this board. I don't blame them, to be fair. I think it's that one. I think it's that one there. Let's go for some solder suckage. Hot, hot, hot. It's not got a very good seal around it. Let's see if somehow I can get in there and grab the shield wire and give it a yank. You can't get in there. You cannot get in there. The top panel's going to have to come off. Let's not play games with it. Let's get aggressive with it. Let's get it sorted. Got to get a shortwave working. I'm amazed, to be fair, that, that everything else is working. So someone has had a go at this, and they have got it going by changing the transistors. I would assume they put new ones in, new old stock ones, or they've zapped them. You never know. You never know. Bob, thank you very much, mate. You won't see many of these radios about. Anybody know if there's any of these on eBay at the moment? I don't know when I've last seen one. This was gifted to me by John's 3D printing workshop. When he gave up doing repairs, he sent me a load of stuff that he didn't want because he wasn't doing it anymore. He also sent me some of his customers, which was very good of him. Good recommendation, isn't it, when you're happy to give your customer base to someone else? That ain't been off for a while. Just taking these trims off very carefully. If you pull them, they bend. So you got to take a bit of care getting them off. The other scary bit is this is held on with double-sided tape as well. Oh, I forgot all about that. I forgot about that. We don't really want to take this off, do we? Do we want to take it off? Do we want to use lighter fluid? I think IPA is too aggressive. Let's stick some lighter fluid down its proverbial. Squirt a little bit of that down through. Oh, there we go. So what Hacker did in their wisdom was they put a strip of double-sided tape along the top and the bottom of this. Okay, that's freeing it. It's coming. Excellent. That's freed that a little bit. Let's squirt some down the other side. What you don't want to do is, it's not too bad on these. You don't want to lift the paint. It's gradually coming as the lighter fluid's eating into the stuff. This side has got a bit feisty. Let's try some on the top as well. Starting to move now. She's starting to come away. This is why they haven't done that board, because they didn't want to take this off. Still hold on there. Let's just give that a little dribble. I should free that up. Actually, let's just cut it for now. Other side is also still hanging on. It's a bit more of the juice down there. Got to be careful. It's a rare beastie. It's a rare beastie. Let's catch up. Thank you very much for that tip, Bob. Cheers, Paul. Catch you soon, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Every one of the 16 electrolytics on your RP75 tested good. Yeah, they're not too bad, those, to be fair, Bob. They're it's a newer radio, isn't it? That was sort of late 70s, wasn't it? The Super Sovereign, and they were mostly Philips, the blue ones. Don't tend to give us many problems. It's nearly there. Come on, you can do it. Here we go. No damage. That's not looking good, is it? Let's hit that with a bit of John's panel wipe, shall we? I'm trying to think. No, one of these wet wipes will be a little bit less aggressive. So I want to get the lighter fluid residue off, because I don't want it to eat into the paintwork, which already has a little bit. That but we're good. We are good. It's a relief. I don't know whether that's just the sticky residue that's run down rather than the lighter fluid, because lighter fluid evaporates lighter fluid evaporates away quite quick. Let's go with the next least harmful stuff, which is a bit of Goo Gone. Let's just go over it with a bit of Goo Gone. Yeah, it's sticky residue. Goo Gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone with Goo Gone. Okay. Yeah, got to be really careful with these things that you don't delete the writing. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a squirt. Just going to wipe the back of it, just to get rid of that residue, which it has done. Nice. Goo Gone worked for a change. The newer stuff is not as good, is it? There we go. Yes, and we'll be polishing that at some stage, or I will be. Because with my new drill attachment, I can do it with some little polishing things, and I still haven't added them onto my Amazon list yet. Bit naughty of me, I must add them on. Right, let's put that down at the way for a minute, because I'm going to knock that off. Let's catch up with a chat. I need to go down and get one of my alcohol-free beers. A Batmobile, Rolf, my God. Power supply died, Chris. Whoa. Oh, hello, it jumped big there. Yeah, the short ferret is for the shortwave. Shortwave, short ferret. What model number is the Herald? It is a RP32. 3 and 2, 32, if it'll focus. Come on, there we go. So it's unique because it says Marine Herald, but it is the RP32. It's got a nice big sticky thumb mark on it as well now. But as I say, I shall be polishing that with my drill setup, which I must get in there for you, because you will be quite impressed at how quick that can polish a dial plate. Right, that's all the stickiness gone. So we can now just lift out those two screws that hold the switch panel in. I've got sticky all over my hands now. Sticky hands. The only way to get that off is with my amazing wipes. My big wipes. I'll catch you soon, Tom and Susie. Have a good one, mate. Rob Head. How you doing, Rob? Yeah, RP32 is quite a common one, but still not. That's quite a good price if it's all there. It's got the original knobs, the back grills on it. RP32 is the Herald without VHF, so there's no aerial on that. That's the thing to look out for on Hackers, is the aerial's got to be there, the knobs have all got to be there, and the back grill's got to be there. Doesn't matter if the back grill's hanging off, that can be fixed. As long as it's there, that's the main thing. I've got all that stuff all over my hands now. Right. Right. I must make an effort and try and get hold of Doug as well. Concerned, I haven't heard from Doug for a long time, and he was a very regular contributor and viewer, and he sort of disappeared, so I'm hoping he's all right. Anybody knows Doug or got any info on him, let me know. No, what's the pen that this has got? No, it hasn't got nuts on it. Okay. Let's get this off then. Doug McCartin, I believe. I can't remember what his ham radio call was now. There's more chat. WD-40 is nasty stuff, though. I wouldn't want to be spraying WD-40 on the radio dial of one of these. No, 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 no. Right, so we've got a little lock washer. So this has never been off, so whoever's had a go at it has just managed to get medium wave and long wave working. They haven't managed to get short wave working. So that should allow us to get that panel out a bit. See, we've got a lot of things everywhere again. As per usual, there's clips and that. So we should be able to push that right out and angle it. Look at that. Now we're in business. Whoa. Let's get you a bit closer. So you can see, we can now see both the transistors, and should be able to check that I desoldered the right wire now. So I grabbed that one with the forceps. In fact, I'll do it the other way around. That is the shield wire. I can see that. It's the black one. So I'm just going to heat it from behind and see if it'll pull. See if I've got the right one. Oh. Oh, yes. I had it right first time, look. There we go. Right, that's the other transistor pulled. So we're going to have to be careful how we hook all this up now. As you can see, it's a bit A bit, how's your father? Is that the expression? Strange expression, but you know. Right, let's try and hook this back up again. With our test amp, we've got to have a look at that other amp as well, see what's going on with that. I suspect we've got a transistor gone in that one that's ramping it up to high heaven, and there's definitely going to be capacitors going in the well, it's the same board as the RP30. RP30 and the RP18. Right, where's that bag that I was using? On the floor, probably. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's on the floor, isn't it? Let's just put that underneath it, make sure it doesn't touch against anything. That's all that connected up. Where's my power? That's over here, positive and negative. Fire in the hole though, then. Got to remember which one's shortwave now. Shortwave, so it's that way round, so that one's shortwave. Have we cracked it? Yes, we have. We now have shortwave, so let's connect the aerial back up. Oh, it's amazing when a plan comes together, isn't it? Come on. Right. So let's just decouple this. So we're up at the higher end of the band at the moment. Oh, we're at, let's put that up on the desk. We're up at about 4 megs at the top. Coming down into the 80-meter band. To be fair, this time of day on the lower bands, be very lucky to hear anything. Very lively there, isn't it? doing some weird stuff. It's sort of like... Right, the only solution is to hook up the power supply and stick something up it and see what happens. Stick the signal generator on and see if we can push a signal into it. Let's try that. That'll tell us if it's working, won't it? You'll help us out. It's Mr. SigGen, won't you? So let's go right smack bang in the middle of the band. Let's go for 2.5 megs. Megahertz, 100 millivolts maximum, 30% AM modulation. This should stick someone up it if it's alive. This should get it laughing. Let's check that over the aerial. So it's going to be round about the middle of the scale, hopefully. Oh, it's a bit of a harmonic down there. Wow. Let's have a look. So it should be around about here. There seems to be. All the way down there. At 1.6 megs, roughly. Maybe it's because I didn't have the area up near enough, so it should be. Should be up there. That's not far off. But it seems to be stronger. Sounds stronger there, but it is up around about here. I'm sure if I asked around with it, I can make it stronger. Oh, hello. Come on. We've got transistors dying again. Oh. We've got a poorly transistor. This one here. There he is, back again. overloading it. Let's turn that back to 5 millivolts. Transistors died again. Definitely sounds cleaner down the bottom of the band, where you can't really see it fully, but that's where it sounds cleaner. And I mean, that's 2.5 megs. Let's just put this dial plate back on. So that's at 2.8 megs. I don't suppose it's that far off. If we wind it down to 2.5, I suppose we could tweak the oscillator there to pull it in. Oh. Must be a little twiddler. Let's chase it down the band actually. Bit of sideband there. Nearly. Oh, he is. Oh, not quite, because my tool is .5 megs. A bit, camera angle's a bit funny for you, but that is 2.5. There we go. So FM is working, and we did have a bit of sideband action. That's Volmet, isn't it? That's Volmet. Now we can get that tuned in by messing about with the signal generator, can't we? Now, how do I? I've got to sort of tune. I think we can tune that in with the signal generator. Let's try it for a laugh. Let's turn the tone off and let's tune around. Why won't you go any further? The dodgy button. Nearly. Ah, there we are.
Becoming visibility 10 kilometers or more in a significant weather. Clouds started 1,000 feet. Average at 165 degrees. 1 yacht. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Cloud 3,000 feet. Temperature 16. Dew point 12. QNH 1021. At 1650, wind 270 degrees, 11 yacht, visibility 10 kilometers or more, cloud, traffic 2,500 feet, traffic 4,400 feet, temperature 15, dew point 11, QNH 1023. At 165
that. It's drifting a bit.
Temperature 17, dew point 11, radius 1025, becoming cloud 22,400 feet.
I'm swamping the signal. I've got too high a signal going in, really. Well, you get the idea. You can you can resolve sideband using the signal generator to beat with it. Just a few kilohertz up, a few hertz up. So there you are. Sorry about assing about with that, but there you go. Let's get back on track, shall we? Rob's in. Hi Rob, how are you? I've got lots to catch up on. I still haven't got myself a beer yet. What is going on here? What is going on? What about that then? We resolved Volmat, just about. Bit Heath Robinson, but I was overloading the radio really with the signal from the signal generator. It needs to be a bit lower, but you can ask about for ages with that. Right, let me catch up. Let me catch up. Okay. RP1 number, we sorted that. Rob's radio channel's in. He's on holiday. Welcome in, Rob. There's roast beef here today as well. Toad in the hole, nice. Yeah, it is, Timothy. It's hard. It is hard. Great minds think alike, Joe. Crank up the SIG gen. Are we winning? Yes, we are. And there's a very annoying fly in here that needs the zapper. I need to get the executioner in. The trouble is, if it's a horsefly, it will bite me and I will suffer for weeks. Flipping things. Danish is back. Welcome back, Paul. You replace the transistors rather than zapping because you never know how long the zapping will last. Sounds like a ghost. It is. I found it's a ghost box. Oil change on a Honda snowblower. We don't need those in. Go in at the IF. Ghostbusters, very good. I gave Manuel's BFO away and I haven't built the SMD version yet. I must get that done. I've got all the bits for it as well. Can you receive a number station on the radio? Yes, bet you could. But as I say, this radio really is a nighttime radio. If it was nighttime, that would be banging in a lot better than that. Was deep in resting when you heard a strange sound. It's voices from the past, Martin. It's the ghost box. Jammy red roof, very nice that is, Sandra. Very nice. Yeah, it's very, very nice. Apologies for the headache, Chris. Try burning citronella incense. Flies can't stand it. Neither can I, Aaron. Yeah, yellowtail. Very nice. They sell it here. I may have consumed a fair few bottles of that in my time. It is very nice. Highly recommended. As is Apothic. Apothic is probably my favourite red. It depends, really. It's quite expensive. Jammy Red Rue is a little bit cheaper. Barefoot do one which is really good as well. I think it's Barefoot. Right, okay, what have we got to do then? We've got to find out where this short is on this amp board. But to be fair, the amp board is toasting this thing. I mean, you risk blowing up the output transistors by testing it out. This is a problem. I'm glad that came off in one piece though. Right, let's zoom out a little bit. The Twilight episode Static. A man heard radio stations from the past in a vintage Volvo radio. It could be his neighbour though, had a transmitter and was transmitting stuff. You never know, do you? His neighbour could have been listening to a vintage wireless with one of those pantry transmitters, and he's picked that up. There's always an answer for all of these. There's usually a scientific answer, isn't there? Right, let's get some stuff out of the way here. So that's my test amp. So we know the radio's fully working now on all bands, which is amazing. in itself. But we know there's an issue with the little amplifier board, which has got lots of nastiness on it. I mean, we've even got a hacked in WEMA capacitor there. Let's pop this board out and we'll have a look at it close up close and personal now. Let me think. Am I going to get the right nut driver? No, I'm not. Is that the one? Yes. Now, as I say, this is more likely capacitors because it started off okay, and then it just started ramping up the ampage, started eating up lots of amps. So rather than it being shorted, it's probably got thermal runaway, but oh, there's been some nasty things done in this. Okay, so someone's had a go at repairing this by the looks of it. Let's get you in. Let's get in close to it. So we've got some signs of previous work. Let's get my eyes on. Oh, there goes my thingamajiggery doodad. We've got things have happened in here. Now there's a capacitor gone in there. I don't know if that track's any good. We don't know if we've got missing tracks there. There's something gone in here. Oh, that's it's transistor land there, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And we've got things happened up here as well, so there's some issues. So let's clean it up first and have a look underneath the muck that they haven't wiped off. I have another board here. Well, it's in a bit of a poorly state, but it is, well, no, it's not unmolested. Someone's been in that one as well. But, oh my God. They've been in everything, haven't they? How about that one? Yeah, that one's got stuff pulled out of it as well. That one. So what I'm just looking for is the traces to see that we've not got any broken or missing traces. So that connects to there, that's correct. That's there. It's a very strange thing going on there, but that is correct. We might have a break there. Is that a break? What's in there? There's a resistor and that transistor in there. Can't really see very well if that's actually connected or not. It might well be. Yeah, I think it is. It's just badly soldered, that's all. I must get some of that proper flux cleaner. Flue cleanse. Doesn't sound good, does it? There's blobby stuff down here. What's going on with that? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Those three are connected. Yeah, okay. It's not looking too bad, so I don't think we've got any broken traces. Let's finish the clean up. Right, that's a bit better. It's looking better already, isn't it? So I can certainly see areas where people have worked. This cap here, 250 at 35 volts. Is that correct? I don't know. We've got a very crusty looking, this thing here is a bar resistor, a wire wound bar resistor, this bit here. It looks very crusty there for some reason. It's normally held in place with nail varnish, but is it moving? No, so it's still held in place with something. So that'll take a bit of breaking free. We've got a little diode there instead of a transistor, that's fine. You tend to find that one of these two has gone. Usually that one, but I think that one's been changed. That's an AC 127. What have we got in this one? Also an AC 127, but this one's missing, which is an OC 81. Let's hope that one's not gone. You can see the original cap here is a 500 microfarad alchemode. This one is a 250 microfarad. So I think it's about time we got the manual out and had a look, because you can never 100% trust these things. I mean, look at that alchemode. That's a beast, isn't it? Same amp. This one here, same amp again. That one's got 500 microfarad in it as well. Another 500. We have got an OC81 that we could possibly pinch there if that's a problem. Yeah, nice to have all these bits, isn't it? But it takes time to collect all this stuff, you know. Beer. I've got to have, I'm really, really thirsty now. My voice is going, so I need lubrication, and then we're going to get to grips with this. So if anybody has got a link, one of the mods maybe, one of the new mods can find a manual for this. Hey Gavin, how you doing, mate? Let me catch up. Dids is in. Is this marine very gnarly? It's a gnarly marine. 100 points for Bob. I've missed it. Hang on. I need to catch up with the chat before I go and get my beer, because otherwise I'm going to be well out of it. So Sandra had her jammy red roux, which we all agree is the business. Horseflies are a pain in the backside. They really hurt when they bite me. Twilight, I saw that. Not in B&W days. Okay. So Martin's recommending Castel Rouge or Douche de Bourgogne. You've got the entire Twilight series on DVD. The originals are the best. See, there's the other Twilight films are the ones that Mrs. Cruncher absolutely loves, with the vampires and the werewolves in it, and the wolves. She loves those. Finish work, Gabby. You shouldn't have to work on a Sunday. It's catching up still. A Blu-ray rendition. One step beyond black and white, no. Afternoon dids, no fingers gone in today, unfortunately. You're working on a Grundig HF260. Looks like a part is broken. No idea how it should fit. Schematics not very clear. Is that the... What is it, Martin? Is it a... It's not radio cassette, is it? Shatner. Penguin. Hang on, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. Hang on, it jumped. I was on the penguin. The penguin, yes. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I remember The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Oh, Boys Club, yeah. I remember Dixon of Dock Green. That was in black and white. I can remember watching that. And Z Cars. Was Z Cars black and white? Was Z Cars black and white? I think it was. I can remember Dixon of Dock Green. What have you been looking for the manual for? Rich? I think I'm nearly up with the chat. A 4-band radio. Okay, yours is a Studio 260 with a record player. Z Cars was, I thought it was, and Dixon of Dock Green definitely was. But I remember the music for Z Cars. Oh, for the RP32, it's in the same manual as, it's in the same book as the other one. If you know what I mean, is the normal Herald, I believe, and the shortwave Herald. I think it covers the normal Herald, the shortwave Herald, and the RP32. It covers all three from memory. Let's see if I got it. Then I will definitely go and get it. So I've got my British Vintage Wireless Society radio data on my hard drive now. So if the disk stops working, I'm still good to go. Has it got the Hacker manufacturers? RP3031SW, RP33. I think it's that one, RP31. Oh no, incorporating RP31SW. I think there was a amendment right at the end to cover the Marine Herald though, wasn't there? Let's have a look, see if it's got it. RP30. No. Oh, I've got it. I had it in one. It's not the RP33, is it? No, it's the Autocrat. I thought it was in an addendum to the RP30, RP31. It's not on this one, but I have the original manual, but I don't think I can get into where it is because Mrs. Cruncher's jammed me right in. Can I get into it? Let's go home. I need to search my hard drive though, don't I? Let's try RP30. RP3031. 31. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. RP30. RP31. Aha! Here we are. Yes, yes. Here we go. It's only a little sheet at the end and it gives you the differences between the shortwave herald, addendum to Herald RP service mode to include Marine Herald RP32. So it's very similar to the RP31 and the differences were covered in the following notes. Page 1, waveband coverage is different, oscillator drive, 80 to 100 millivolts, RF alignment, frequency should be 1.6, second frequency should, so it gives you the difference in alignment, RF sensitivity, changes to the circuit diagram. C37 is 1600 picofarad, C38 is added across the oscillator trimmer, and base bias for T4 applied direct instead of via L7. So that's the only difference really. So we're looking at the RP31 service manual, to be fair. So RP, this is the amplifier. And it looks like our friend has put whatever he's had in there. So what one is that? That is C15. C15. is 500 microfarads. RP18 only, and RP3031 slightly different, but there's no phone socket on this one, but still should be 500 microfarads, so there you are. So yeah, if you've got the manual with the addendum in it, you're good to go. Did I actually show that then? Did I actually show that or not? I don't know. Land of the Giants. Time Tunnel. I remember Land of the Giants. I was a youngster, a real youngster then, and stuff like that used to frighten me. I remember watching some of the Hammer House of Horrors. I was allowed sometimes to watch them, and I was banned after one of them put the bejesus at me, frightened the life out of me. I had nightmares for weeks about it. Wasn't allowed to watch it anymore. I did show it, did I? That's good. Anyway, let's go and get me. Go and get me some lovely alcohol-free beer in a minute. I love it. It's the best. No, actually, I have got some wine. Oh, I'm stiff as a board. Can't be too late finishing because Mrs. Cruncher will be cracking on with the tea very shortly. Two shiny cars out there though. Very shiny. Oh God, struggling to walk down the stairs. Hi Mrs. C, how are you doing? Oh dear. Right, let's sort out some business here. Let's get... Have we got any wine left? It's a dribble. I'm not going to get on the whiskey. We'll be singing if I get on the whiskey. Now this is a Liddell special, but it's actually not too bad. I'm going to get a bottle of the old... Oh, I've got Guinness Zero. I've got Guinness Zero. Yeah, that's gonna hit the spot. Let's forget the wine. Let's go with a Guinness Zero. I like a drop of Guinness Zero. It's about the only sort of non-lager alcohol-free that I like. All of the alcohol-free bitters are disgusting. I haven't found a decent one yet. A lot of them are doing them now. Old Speckled Hen do one. Ghost Ship. There's quite a few, but I haven't found a good bitter. Some of they do a wheat beer that's not bad. Alcohol-free. So here we go, Dids. It's not it's not the original, the best gear, but it's, you know. I've even got the correct glass for it, look. Is it gonna focus? Yeah, there you go. Even got the correct glass. If you can't drink and you like a drink, alcohol-free Guinness is the one to go for. It's good gear. Anyway, cheers people. I need this because my throat's dry as a bone. That does hit the spot. Right, we've got to get to grips with this amp board. We now know that that's the wrong cap. Naughty, bad cap. You're naughty. You're not right. It's got to come out. That could be why we're getting that runaway. I don't know. So I suppose being it's such a rare beastie, we're going to have to stick all axial caps in it, aren't we? Because at the end of the day, what would one of these be worth? I think personally a restored one. If you did the vinyl as well, repadded it, you've got to be looking 300 quid. You've got to be. You have to be looking around 300 quid, I reckon. Shortwave Herald. Not quite as expensive, but still worth a fair bit. So we're going to need 470 for this. What's the bet? And I haven't got any decent 470s here. 470 is in short supply. No. I haven't got a decent 470 in the house. 16 volt. I don't want a 16 volt cap in there. It wants to be a 20 volt plus, really. I'm gonna have to order some more of the horrendously expensive Fichet caps, aren't I? I haven't got a big enough 470, but did it say? It didn't say the voltage, did it, on that thing? But what's the volts on these? Well, that says 12 volts DC, that one. That's 12 volts DC. Okay, so maybe it doesn't need to be 18 volts. Maybe I could stick one of those in, but it looks horrible anyway. I want a nice blue Fichet one. And all I've got is Forever or Capson. I'm going to stick a decent 470 radio in it. Well, I say decent. I mean, what have we got here? What's that? Chong. 470's not looking much better. I mean, these, to be fair, these green Chongs aren't bad. They aren't bad. They are low ESR, which is nice. 25 volts, and it is temporary. Yeah, it's only temporary. Let's chuck one of those in. Gonna have to order some 470 microfarads, aren't I? Oh dear. Let's get this one out then. That is in the output to the speaker. I wonder what that's even reading. Go on then, place your bets. What do you think our WEMA 250 is reading? To be fair, WEMA, yeah, good stuff. So we're going to have to do a bit of fashionable leg bending here, I believe. Fashionable leg bending, and then I'm going to have a look to see what the other caps are like, and then we're going to stick this back in the board and see if that was what was causing our issue. So capacitor bingo is underway. 250 microfarad WEMA. I think is that how you pronounce it for our German friends? Had a rather nice chap called Thomas rang me from Germany this week. Found my number somewhere on the internet. Had a little chat about some problems he was having with a 2001D. Said he was going to become a channel member, so thank you if you're watching, Thomas. Very much for becoming a channel member. I was glad to be able to sort of help you out there. I always help people out if I can. Of course, if you're one of the top level Patreons, you can call me anytime. And I'll even do a Skype or a video call with you to help you fix your radio. So, you know, that's for the top of the shop, boys. I'm your own personal slave. Your own personal radio fixing slave. Right, that's not perfect, but it's in there. 250. What do we reckon then? Let's get it down. To be fair, the WEMA caps are normally pretty good quality. This one doesn't look to have leaked out of its bottom. So you have a little guess at that where I just get my eyes on and have a closer look over this board to see if I can see any end of that nastiness hanging about. Any other differences between this board and my other one. So they've changed one other cap in here that I can see by the state of it, which is that one, I believe. 25 microfarads. Which way round are we? No, that's an original. We've got Danny's in here. We've got all sorts of nastiness going on. That looks original with that. 25 at 50 volts. Yeah, that looks right. We've got Dolly there. 125, 100. That one certainly hasn't been done. How about that one? No, that's something's been done over here though. But that's that transistor. AC127. Maybe that transistor's duff. We could have an open circuit wire wound a resistor even. It could be that that's wound up too much. That certainly looks in a different position than that one. Both of those are over there. So it could be that the quiescent current or the mid-range voltage is wrong on it. Right, have we all done? Let's push the button then. Thanks, Mr. Scotch Pie, for subscribing. Right. The Weema 269. Pretty good. Good cap. Wrong size, but good cap. Let's investigate some of these dallies then, because these things here, these blue shiters we call them. Can I say that? Yeah, I just did. They're renowned for being bad. It's one of those change on sites, especially these type with the more rubbery sort of plastic. These are more like heat shrink, but this is actual plastic. These are going to be bad, I'm sure. Shall we just pull one and see? If it's really bad, then we'll do them before we risk firing it up again. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dallies in there. So we've got Philips, and I don't know what make the others. I think the others are Philips, but these dally ones are rubbish. Let's pull some. Who won anyway? Who won? It was Joe, was it? You got one. At last, Joe. The yellow ones are okay. The only thing I find with them is sometimes they corrode off on the bottom, and you've got one hanging off the board. Jim, afternoon to you, mate. Nigerian Guinness is slightly stronger at 4.5 and dearer in price. Never heard of it, Jim. Wenlock, how you doing, Wenlock? Not heard from you for a while. Good to see you. Potty reference. Apologies. Potty mouth. That's shocking, really, isn't it? But, you know, we don't swear on this channel. There's just no need. We like our little innuendos, don't we? Certainly got our fair share of innuendos going on most of the time. Okay, I don't think this one's marked, but it definitely looks like the positive is on the bottom here. Let's bend this one up and see what this one measures then. If he'll come out for us. That is marked. Okay, so this one is a 250, another 250. A 250, but this is a Dali. 250. What do we put in? 330 or 220? Have we got any in the 220 camp? Any in the 330 camp? Ideally, you ought to go higher, but 220 is a lot closer than 330, isn't it? What do you think this one will measure then? Well, I think about what to put in there. Let me have a look. I have got some 250s. My very rare atoms. But I don't think it needs to be a 250. I think it can be a 220. My 330s are big. They don't need to be 63 volts, do they? What's that one there? That's 40 volts. It's a bit lumpy, but it is very similar size. Do we go 330 or 220? Or do I just put a 250 in and be done with it? I can't remember what I paid for these, but they were pounds each, not pence. That's these Sprague atoms. Made in the US of A. Very nice. I mean, it's a special radio, so it ought to have special caps, I suppose, doesn't it? It's black, not blue, but some, you know, there's silver ones in there, there's blue ones. Let's stick a black one in. Right, how are we doing on the 250? Bob's saying leaky. He's going straight for leaky. Dial cord is enough of a curse. I did do the dial cord. Did I show you the dial cord I did on the yeah, I did show you the dial cord. I think I did. On the Lord Mend. Right, let's go. Wow. That one is 398. Nearly 400 for 250. We've got 298, but you're 100 out, Sandra. 313 for Tim. 320, Gavin. 350, Chris. It's Chris. I believe it's Chris. At 350, 398. But you can see we've got an ESR of 0.16. So, you know, it's going to mess it up a little bit, but it ain't going to stop it working, I don't think. Now, which way was that bent? That was bent with the negative coming downwards, wasn't it? So let's pop the Sprague atom in there. Atom. I'm going in a slightly different hole because it's a different configure. That doesn't sound good either, does it? I'm going in a slightly different hole than before. Oops, see? Tell you, leading me astray. There we go. I'm going to fill up the other hole because it just makes the board look a lot neater. You've got lots of holes where they don't use. A lot of these caps were dual types. You could have had different configurations of them. There's me atom. comic. That'll want tidying up because the wire's not straight enough for me. You know me. It's got to be perfect. I don't like botching things. It's got to be straight and neat. That's better. Okay. There we have it. 2 down. Well, that one was a shiter, as we said. Let's try this little monkey in here. C10, is it? See, that one looks like it's been messed with. Yeah, C10's been messed with. I would say that's potentially not an original cap. It's been messed with. Tell that because someone's hacked the base of it off. Let's see what it is. Whether it's marked on the board. Okay, so it is an Erie. What? Not Erie. They're nasty. They are nasty. What have we got in this one? In that position. $25 UF. So it's the right cap. So have a go at this one then. 25. So again, this is another one. Do you put a 22 in or a 33? So 25. Place your bets. Let me stick. I'm going to stick a 22 in if I got it. No 25s. Could get 25s at one stage. 22s in short supply as well. Ooh. What have I got in that? Got some JB. .22s. I thought I had some Fish A22s. Was he not? They must be on my list. Or maybe I couldn't get them at the time. Okay, so they bent the positive down. So the negative sitting up. The positive. Oh. I'll go with it the other way. Gee, that's a bit manky underneath there. Let's get some IPA underneath that one. Have you all had your guesses? Are we nearly good to go? Oh, my chair is going down again. Going down again. Right, solder this one in and then we'll have I'll pump my chair back up again. I've got to get a new cast for this. Oh yeah, something's definitely happened because we got the trace ain't great on that one. And we got this funny whatever they've done on the board there, which I don't like. We've got some overspit of solder, or they bridged a break. No, they just. There might have been a break. No, it won't break. It's just bad soldering. I'll be on the floor in a minute. Right. Let's push the button then. Twang. Oh, he's not too bad. 33. I take it all back. 33. Oh, we got some close. We got a 36. We got a couple of 36s. We got Gavin on 36. And Danish, 33. Tim. No way. Tim has got it on the nose pretty much. Tim, legendary. That one's okay, surprisingly. Let me elevate myself. I've got to get out of the bloody chair here. Oh, it's better. Oh, I feel tall already. You notice I'm using my cheaper magnifiers, and the reason for that is because I've got a slightly less powerful lens. That means I don't have to bend over as much. They're not as strong as the other ones, but see, I can see a cap there that's got goo oozing out of it, so we're gonna have to do that one for sure. Can you see it? This one, just here, that's got some nastiness coming out the top of it, so we've got to do that one. That's another 25. Where's he to then? So that's there and there, I believe. Well, it looks like that one's been out as well. What is going on here? Maybe someone's took these out. It's not factory because they've sort of cut the wires off really close to the board. I still think that's a break there. Let's pull this one and have a look then. Oh, he drops it in there. This is a 25 microfarad that's got poorly guts coming out of it. It could be okay. 25 then. A 25, and I just pulled out a 22, didn't I? Let's pull out another one then. More board cleaning needed. Yeah, that's... Someone's had that out, but they've put it back in, I think. Which I suppose if you're on a budget and you're just trying to fix your radio, you would do that, wouldn't you? I wouldn't, but... maybe you would. Okay, so let's pop that one in there. It's a bit tight that way round. Yeah, it doesn't really work like that. So you have to bend it the other way. Got to go in with that and bend that one down that way. That's better. Right. So while you're guessing that, let me just pop this in. Right, how are we doing then? Leaky? Joe feeding the koi? No worries, Joe. Oh! Oh, 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 hang on, no. No, I've got leg touching. No, forget that. Forget that. Try it again. 30. That's why they put it back in. It's not a bad cap. 30.12. Danish got 33. Ben's got 29. It's got to be Ben this time, isn't it? Welcome back, Martin. COD for me lush. COD for me lush. Do you mean Call of Duty? Sorry, Bob, but you know. That one wasn't bad. Okay, so it's the dallies then. Let's get these other two dallies out and then we'll give it a test. And then probably that's going to be about it for today, I think. Because I think, well, there's one other thing I want to look at on this board. And that's what I'm thinking still might be, potentially, a, come on, thank you. Oh, it's gone up inside the sucker. It's gone up in the sucker. So we've got another dally. Last dally didn't fare very well, did it? This one's marked on the board, and this one is another 250. Another 250. Does this mean we got to chuck another Sprague in it? I'd rather not. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, another Sprague atom. Ooh, expensive. I've got some new old stock RS ones, but they're pretty old. Probably would reform all right, to be fair, but let's chuck a new atom in it. Let's give the board a clean up. Not looking great under there. Tight with a positive there. Bit better with it there, but tight with the negative. No, it's got to go in that one. Okay. Better leg bending with this one. Top leg bending. Right. Let's get this one in. Nice. So 250 then. What do you think? What are you thinking? Will I take the other one out next to it? Some nasty solder all over this. Ooh, that one doesn't look good either. Okay. Here we go then. Oh, 518. 518. 410 for Bob. It's gotta be Bob 410, Bob. It's Bob. Dallies, they're rubbish. I've got another one for you. 100 at 12 volts. 100 this time. My axial cap stock is getting really scratchy. What have we got here? These are quite good. These, I should have bought loads of these. 16 volt, 100. $100 at 10 volts then. This is another Dali. pop this one in. That's our last cap of the day. Some nasty soldering around there. What's going on with that? Some nasty factory soldering on this as well. Okay, so there's one other thing I wanted to check while you're guessing whether that's 100 microfarad or not. Oh, that's nasty as well. God, dear, oh dear. Someone's been at these caps, you know, and they pulled them, I think, trying to find the ones that are wrong, but if they just looked at the dallies, they would have got it straight away. They pulled a lot of the good caps out. Yeah, well. Right, let me just check this for continuity. My suspect bit. Now, where is it again? I'll try and find it. Where are you? Is it you? Oh, I gotta get some more leads, people. Shame, because these are really nice. Rob got me these. Fluke leads, very nice. Yeah, I think we're good. It's just they made a pig's ear of that joint there. So let me just correct that with a bit of flux. And then with that's our friend that's been in. Much better. Okay, happier with that now. Right. That was our last one we're going to change, and we're going to give it a go then. Is it me or is that stood up wrong? No, that's fine. Right. Oh. It's not connected. That's why. Still monitoring for a component. Just turn that back on again. That is a non-cap. That dally is no longer. Let's see if it's got any capacitance at all. Let's stick it on the LCR meter, which is capacitance, resistance, and inductance. And let's see if it reads anything, it might be very low capacitance. .2 picofarads. Did anybody get that? Did anybody get 5.2 picofarads? Anyone? Anyone? That is potentially the cap. Right, let's hook it back up now quick, because Mrs. Cruncher's down there cooking the tea. And we got darts on again tonight. Turn everything off. That's exciting. Little bit of amplifier adventure. Lots more to do on this radio, don't forget. So this will probably reappear next Sunday, because we want to get it done electronically, and then I will maybe, shall I sell this radio? Shall I keep it? Well, it is mine. Will anybody want it? They're going to have to part with a fair bit of cash if they want to take it away from me. Still got the thingy jiggers on here, so I'm going to have to plug it in directly to the speaker. You know, the speaker in these Hackers is one of the reasons why they sound so great. I mean, there's a massive great speaker in it. Cool, I'll tell you what, that's a very stiff. Very stiff plug lead. Right, so we're hooked up there, positive, negative. Got that connected. What else do we need? Do we need anything else? That's out of the way. That's in. Fire on the hole. Right, we need to put it on to something. Yeah, those transistors are struggling. But the good news is the The amplifier is fine. The amplifier is now operational. I was trying to tune into Radio 4 a minute. I'm trying to balance it without showing it out on this amp.
Towards strangers, I'm starting to understand something about pilgrimages. Well, I feel I am anyway, which is that they're not so much about discovering great truths.
There you are.
Rediscovering simple ones.
She lives.
Nico Robeck says something interesting about the way walking works on the way we think. There's this great history of philosophers like Kant and Descartes and Rousseau, for whom walking was an important part of the thinking process. So you might conclude that walking helps you elaborate difficult new ideas. And Welbeck, he says, it's the contrary. What happens when you walk is that you eliminate what's superficial, what's unnecessary, leaving you with the essential. That, I think, is really true for you with your pilgrimages.
The trebles, not great.
Walking the way, you enter into a sort of contemplative bubble. You are concentrated on an aim, arriving in Santiago de Compostela. And all the worries you might have, you don't think about them anymore. It simplifies your relations with... Well, pilgrims are all equal. Class distinctions disappear. We've all got a pack on our backs and blisters on our feet.
Although you have 50% fewer than other people.
Me, 50% fewer than the others. But we're all equal, and that's what makes the way so rich. Because everyone listens to everyone else, without judging them. I used to judge people a lot. Here I've learned that there's only one judge, and it's not you and it's not me. On the way, the respect that we owe every single person comes back to the surface. And that is extraordinary.
There you are.
We just took a turning.
I did see a big arrow pointing towards Sarzana.
I'd like checking to make sure, though.
I look around. In the distance, there's a huge mountain.
It's another channel.
Watch highlights of every single match, the match of the day, Wednesday night on BBC iPlayer. On 5 Live. Listen on the... First time in 2017, Lilia Vu able to get the crucial half point that took the Americans to their target. To do so, the celebrations have started. I'm sure they
I don't know why
will
Radio 5, radio? Yeah, it's just the tuner was bringing that in.
So what's left? Taste?
Food, but it might also be the taste for life that you rediscover on the way. You go to...
There you go. Well, it wasn't working. And now it is. There's lots of issues with it still. It's got shorted transistors in this oscillator board. It's got really badly fitted transistors on the IF board that we need to take out and zap anyway, even though they're working. So lots of things still to do, but that's all for today, because it's probably getting very late now. What is the time? 20 to 8. How about that? Whoa. Let's catch up with a chat before I go. Let's catch up with a chat before I go. Fish and chips, Call of Duty, probably. I do like a bit of Call of Duty. I got Call of Duty World War II here on my PS4. I know it's old school now, PS4, but still a nice console. So yeah, not shorted, but it was reading 5 point something picofarads, wasn't it? Tea time? Cheers, Chris. Darts. You like the darts? Yeah, it's the World Series finals at the moment. Quarterfinals are on this afternoon. I think it's the semis and finals. You want it, Chris? I thought you might do. I thought you might do. I do. I want to part with it. You're a Volve radio collector yourself. I've got plenty of Volve radios here, Aaron, if you fancy one. Catch you soon, Mike. He was only 99.9999999% out, Ben. Hearing trumpets from the sky all over the world. The 250. Mic's off. Oh, roast beef time. Yeah, roast beef here today as well. Yes, unfortunately, Chris has got a mortgage with me. Chris has got some of my restorations, including, I think it was the red, was it the red RP30 that I really wanted to keep, really, but that's the one that I think I padded the case. I think it's got 2 or 3 that I've repadded the case. Proper, decent stuff. What's a W4 form? Thanks, Martin. Cheers, Danish. Oh, hello, it's jumped. It's jumped. A radio pilgrimage following the finger. You try putting a more powerful amp in it. Yeah, but then you've got to look at the speaker then, Aaron, haven't you? And you'd end up like, if you're gonna do that, then do it to just a bog basic Hacker Herald. Don't do it to a Marine Herald. I don't know how many Marine Heralds are out there. As I say, I've only seen 2. I'll have to have a look on the group because there is a list of radios on there. Thanks, Bob. Got accused of being a malware programmer last week for programming an Elgato Stream Deck to work in Linux. Cheers, Joe. Thanks, Ben. JP Jetta, how you doing, Ken? Just at the end, mate. Yeah, catch you soon, Rich. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Dorf. I'm catching up. Cheers, Gavin. Listened to the RP32 last night. W5 is a new employee tax form. W4. Cheers, Aaron. Cheers, mate. Hope you're doing well. There you go, people. That's it for today. Hope we've enjoyed that. As I say, I think I've got the new Patreon and channel member credits. If anyone's not on there, I haven't checked the channel memberships this week. I must check it because it changes all the time. People drop off. People get bought free memberships and then they decide they don't want to stay, which is a shame. But, you know, times are hard at the moment. So not everyone can afford to fund us poor creators. Anyway, have a great week, everyone. And I will see you next Sunday, if not before.